We've been catching up with all the new additions to the Creighton roster, and the one name that keeps coming up is Ty Davis, and he joins us next. It's the Roll Jays podcast, brought to you by Pixel Fire Marketing and Pyramid Contractors.
Heads up, it's the Roll Jays podcast, the voice of the Creighton basketball fan. With your hosts, Jimmie Allen, Alex Drake, and Casey Matthews. Join the crew and meet CU players, coaches, and a whole lot more. Now, the Roll Jays podcast. Here's Jimmie Allen.
Welcome into the Roll Jays podcast on the Big East Energy Network. Jimmie Allen now joined by Creighton point guard Ty Davis. Ty, I'm really excited to catch up with you. It's been almost a year since we've been able to do this on the podcast. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to do it.
We're going to get into a bunch of stuff. We're going to talk about year one. We're going to talk about all the new guys being added to this roster. But one thing that I wanted to talk to you about first is we kind of had that moment together almost. I was standing right next to you when Gus Johnson came up to you at Madison Square Garden and talked to you about your big performance in the tournament. What was that like to kind of get that notification and gratitude from a guy that gets to call a ton of basketball games?
Right. I mean, obviously just it's always a blessing, when things like that happen. And it was very surreal. Just I was sitting down there with, I think, Mitch maybe and a couple of the guys. And whenever he came up to me, I was like, wow, like this is really happening right now. So just, I mean, obviously a really surreal moment and very cool. And I was thankful to, be put in the position the night before to kind of play how I did to where I was able to be recognized by him.
We saw your minutes kind of increase gradually throughout the season. A lot of wondering about redshirting, or were you going to be able to get some extra minutes towards the end of the year? And obviously, there was a pretty established point guard in Steven last year. How did Steven Ashworth help you prepare for those big moments at Madison Square Garden? And what did you learn from him in your first year at Creighton?
Yeah, I mean, I think I learned, a ton from Steve-O on and off the court. But just kind of like that June 1st when I first got there, like seeing, how he communicated with everybody, his leadership ability, the way he carried himself every day to practice, like the way how he never really had an off day. Like maybe he'd be playing bad one day or something, but like he brought it every single day. And like I kind of had to take that from him. Like, I'm kind of in the big leagues now. Like, I mean, it's not high school basketball anymore. And so I think just gradually over time, like June, July, August, kind of spending all that time with Steven, having to guard him every day.
Sure.
Gradually just I ended up getting better and, was thankful that throughout the year, like, I mean, like you said, like didn't know if I was going to redshirt or kind of how that was going to go. But then I think, I made the most of my time this year. And
do you feel comfortable with that? Do you feel comfortable talking about those conversations about the red shirt? And,
yeah.
And what exactly did the coaching staff kind of let you know as far as be patient, don't be patient, things like that?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of like you never know what's going to happen because obviously, Steve-O being in his fifth year, an old guard who's really, really, really good. Like, it's just a guy like I was obviously going to try to learn as much as I could from. And then times where I could play off the ball a little bit, which I did. Helped a lot. And then one of the coaches just told me just, make sure I keep grinding and just kind of, sticking to my role and knowing that like my time's going to come, and which obviously it did multiple times throughout the year. So kind of just keeping me focused. And my dad was also really good with that too. Like him being a high school coach, I was able to kind of go to him and he kept my mind on right. My headspace was very, very good the whole time. So I think just to make sure from those guys, Steven, and then my dad helped me kind of just be ready at all times.
What is different about Ty Davis leaving the high school ranks a year ago at this time and Ty Davis going into his sophomore season?
Yeah, I think probably on the court, I would say my ability, just how much, faster, stronger I've gotten, how, the just adapting to the pace of the game, knowing the offense, being able to really just like navigate everyone because I really know like kind of what everyone's supposed to be doing now. And it took a while to kind of get that under my belt, but I feel like, like you said, like we talked about learning from Steven, learning from Mac, and just, the whole staff, like I was able to learn about all that stuff. And I think my leadership ability as well now too, like we're bringing all these transfers and stuff and Coach Max trusting me and Jackson and some of the other returners to kind of, to show them around and show them what it's like to be a Bluejay. So I think just in a whole year, like a lot of things have happened and it's been really, really fun to see.
I want to get to the new guys on campus in just a minute because we've talked to all of them on the podcast now, and your name and Jackson McAndrew's names keep coming up, and I want to talk about that in a second. But I want to stick with last year for a minute. Obviously, Pop goes down, Jackson gets inserted into the starting lineup, and obviously different numbers get called for different reasons. What was your mentality like when that's happening and you're seeing your close friend get more playing time and get inserted in the starting lineup? What was that like for you personally?
I mean, well, first of all, we got like both got our first career starts together in Vegas, and that was just a dream and surreal, really surreal. Sure. And then obviously just seeing him get better and better and better from when he first got here in June until obviously what he's at now, it's just unbelievable. And I was super thrilled to see that. I'm just so happy for him because I know obviously what his future can be. And I mean, for him to be my best friend, just excelling like that. And I mean, I've said this on other podcasts, but me and him we're roommates. We have every class together. We live together. We practice together. I'm with the dude 24/7 just to see him excelling and doing as good as he is.
I mean, are you sick of him yet?
No, I'm not. It makes me very excited to see that.
When the transfer portal is what it is and Nick gets brought in and they bring in Austin Schwartz, what's that like for you personally to kind of see this coaching staff recruit players that play your same position?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, we have to rebuild. Obviously we're losing, 3 big time players, and then obviously Pop's transferring out. I mean, there's room for all these guys, and I know that I've had conversations with Mac and he trusts me, and so I trust him. And I know that I put my trust in whatever he has best for the team is what I'm going to do. So I think that there's, a lot of healthy competition in the future for our team. And
Sure.
I think that's going to be, a really big deal because you have to have a deep team to be able to make runs to the Final Four. And I think that's what everybody wants to do. So, I mean, I think it's really, really good that we got some of these guys for sure.
We've interviewed Nick, Blake Harper, Austin Schwartz, Josh Dix, Owen Freeman. We've interviewed everybody coming in, and all of them have talked about how much of a joy it is to be around Ty Davis and Jackson McAndrew. Why have you guys done such a good job of not only representing yourself, but representing Creighton and trying to peer recruit to get guys to come here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it first off just starts with, how our parents raised me and Jackson.
Sure.
They did a very good job with that. And I think that, just we kind of were ourselves around the guys, starting with Owen, on the first visit with him, we take pride in Mac putting trust into us for doing these recruit visits. And so I think it amped us up that we were the guys on that. So that's our offseason job is to go help us recruit the guys. And obviously we did go 5 for 5. So I mean that's pretty big deal in the day and age that we're in now. I mean that's pretty hard to do. So I think just making sure that we act like ourselves, we're not going to be different people. So I think that kind of what attracts the guys to kind of Creighton, because they know these guys are fun, but they mean business when they're on the court, but they have good time off the court, they're good people. So
well, the good news is when your basketball career is over, you've got a long time to be a recruiting coordinator.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
You talked about Mac, and obviously Greg McDermott makes the announcement that the time clock is ticking, and Alan Huss comes back from High Point. Obviously, you didn't get a chance to be around Alan Huss when he was here the first time, but obviously a very good coach and a Creighton alumni. What does it mean for you to know that the future, no matter how long it is for you, there's some stability in the program?
I mean, it means a lot. Obviously, I've only been here for a year, but this program means, a lot to me. It's changed my life in ways that I have never been able to imagine. So just knowing that we have Coach Huss, I've been around him the past 3-4 weeks since he's been here. I mean, he's an awesome guy. And
he's always serious, never cracking jokes, right?
Yeah, exactly. But no, yeah, he's always in a good mood and joking around. He's just, such a good dude. So I'm thankful to know that whenever Mac does decide to kind of step aside, that this program's in really, really good hands. Obviously hoping Coach Mac sticks around the rest of my time, but
sure.
Us, I'm very excited for him as well.
What is something you didn't know about Creighton University when you got here that you know now?
Trying to think.
Or maybe even Omaha as a whole. We'll broaden it to the
okay. I'll say Omaha as a whole. Whenever I expected Omaha, I knew College World Series.
Sure.
I didn't really expect but honestly, the downtown area, everything is just so nice. I didn't expect Omaha to be as nice as it is.
It's not just a cornfield.
Exactly. It's not like you think in Nebraska, it's just like straight like land. Like I know you get out a little bit, there is, but like not in Omaha. The city's just awesome. It's really nice.
You guys are going through finals now, and it's a few weeks till you head back to Alabama. What are you excited the most about to get to go back home for the summer for a little bit?
Yeah, probably just being able to see my family, obviously with the schedule that we play and how much we're traveling and, how much we are practicing and stuff. Like you don't get that much time to go home. So I think just having these 2.5 weeks to go home is going to be very, very fun to see my family. My brother and sister just had their birthdays, so they can kind of celebrate that. Mother's Day this weekend. So being able to see my mom during that. And then I think, just being in Alabama, the weather's going to be really good. So be able to go to the lake, the beach, kind of just take a couple of vacations that, you don't really get throughout the year here.
We could confirm you're coming back, though, correct?
Yeah, for sure. I'll be back, and I'm excited about it too.
Ty, what are you excited the most about your sophomore season? Like, what are you looking forward to the most when the calendar finally flips to November and the ball gets tipped?
Yeah, I think that obviously, just the work that I've been putting in the past few months since the season's been over, I'm excited to see that finally start pay off during the season. And I think that, obviously freshman year Ty Davis was a pretty good player, but there's going to be a very big jump, and I'm excited to kind of have everyone else see that because I know what I can do.
Well, I know you and your roommate got some stuff to go take care of, so we'll let you get out of here. I appreciate taking time with us. That's Ty Davis, one of Creighton's point guards heading into the 2025 season. This has been the Roll Jays podcast brought to you by Pixel Fire Marketing and Pyramid Contractors. We'll get to your questions in the mailbag later in the week. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Roll Jays Podcast and follow Big East Energy and like and subscribe on YouTube. Thanks for watching.